Hello friends, this is Hatim Rampurawala, and in this video we will revise chapter number 4th of the SCMPE costing CA final. Chapter 4th we had already done we are already done with 3 chapter revisions, that is revisions of specifically illustrations and the test your knowledge part. And so we will proceed with the 4th chapter. This chapter is based on cost management technique. So we'll continue with illustration as usual. How much illustrations are there in this? There are only 3 illustrations. Very good. And this illustration is also much simpler. So we will quickly revise, as this is a revision video. I will not take much time in explaining, though the last video, business process re-engineering video, took a little longer time, 40 minutes in just for just one question. So we'll try to keep as video duration as low as possible, though I will ensure that the concept are been that each and every point has been properly understood by you all. Okay, let's start. Illustration. Kowloon Kowloon Toy Company, that is KTC, expects to successfully launch Toy H based on. So this is based on actually what we can say. Uh, this is based on the concept of target costing. KTC expect to successfully launch Toy H based on a Disney character. KTC must may 15%. KTC must may, which English is this? Must may 15% royalty on the selling price to the Disney. Okay, they should keep it is they should maintain the as such. KTC target to the selling price is selling price 100 per toy and the profit of 25%. So what we will do first, right? Then we will deduct 25% profit, that is minus 25, minus 15% of the selling price for this KTC must may whatever they are given. So minus 15. So we will be arriving at 60 rupees. So that should be our cost. So target cost should be 60. Now what is the actual cost data? Forecast. The following are the cost forecast. Component H 8.5, component H2 7. Sorry. Then labor 0.4 per hour, 60 per hour, that is 24. This we have to write as it is. Then product specific overhead is 13.5. In addition, each toy requires 0.6 kg of the other material as well, which are supplied at cost of 16 per kg with a normal 4% substandard quality, with a 4% substandard quality. Okay, which is not usable in the manufacture. So what we will do is divide this 0.6 by 0.94, or you can say by 94%. So we will get actually 0.6 divided by 0.94. We will get 0.383, and that will multiply by 16. No, I have done a little wrong, I think so. 96, sorry, why I did 94, 96. So 0.6 divided by 0.96, it comes to 0.25 into 16 per kg. So we get 10 rupees in addition to the above cost. So what will be the total cost? 8.5 plus 7 plus 24 plus 13.5 plus 10, it amounts to 63 rupees, which is above. We actually needed to arrive at 60, but this is 63. So what they have asked, and how they have presented the answer: determine if the above cost structure is within the cost target. No, it is not within the cost target. If not, what should be the extent of the cost reduction? 3 rupees should be to the extent of cost reduction. So target cost H 100 minus 25, as I said, royalty. So it is actually royalty over here. They haven't given question properly. Okay, 15% royalty it was given actually. Then profit 25%. So we get a target to compute the cost: 8.5, 7, 24, 13.5. This we had calculated 0.6 divided by 96% into 16, 10. So cost is cost amount to 13, 63. The cost of the manufacturing is 6 63. While the target cost is 60, the company KTC should afford to reduce the manufacturing cost by 3 to achieve the target selling price of 100. This was a much simple basic question, and we can't expect such question in exam. Though if ICI gives, that would be bonus for we. Mm. This is nice question. What they have given is Y Connection China-based firm has just developed an ultra thin tablet S5 with few features like ability to open two apps at the same time. So we can also open two apps at the same time. See, every mobile have yo. It can be seen from here itself. Okay, we should not do time pass. We okay. Okay. Sorry for inconvenience. Uh, getting some voice disturb. Okay. Again by reading from beginning. Y Connections China-based firm has developed an ultra-thin tablet S5 with few features like ability to open the two apps at the same time. This tablet cost 5 lakh rupees to develop. It has undergone an extensive research and is ready for the production. Okay. Currently the firm is deciding on plant access sorry deciding on plant capacity, which could cost either 35 lakh rupees or 52 lakh rupees. An additional outlay would allow the plant to increase the capacity from 500 to 750. The relevant data of the life cycle of the tablet with a different capacity is the first column is for that is the second column is 500 unit capacity is 7 and second is 750. So we have to present the answer also in the same form. So prepare the three column. First of all, first will be would be the particular one, second for 500 and third for 750. We just have to find out simple profit as such in this. So one for 500 capacity, one for 750 capacity. The in the above para they have given the cost also. So first we will write the selling price as such. Okay, so for selling price they had given 79600 into 500 units. So it will amount to 1 2 3 4 5 3 9 6. So if we calculate in thousands, because the answer is given in thousand, so it will be 39,800. And the second will be 750, that is 750 units selling price will be 69,600. So just multiply 750 with 69,600. We will arrive at 520,200. And as this is the calculation is in thousands, then second minus the selling variable selling cost, deduct the variable selling cost, that is 10% of the selling price. So one selling price which we derived, that is in 500 39,600. So 10% will be 39,60. And 750 mein it will be 5220. Then we have to deduct the variable manufacturing cost also. Variable manufacturing cost. So how we will find my variable manufacturing? So in 500 unit capacity they had given the data of profit volume. So based on that, how we will find out is, first we will calculate the selling price, that is 39,600 is the selling price, multiply by 40%. So actually we will minus 40%, that is the contribution. So we will get the variable cost. So 39,600 minus 40%, it amounts to 23,760. And from that we will deduct the 10% selling, that is 39,660. So we will arrive at 39,660. We will arrive at, no, actually I am doing wrong. We have to calculate on the selling price, like 7 I multiplied, actually we have to calculate on 79,600 minus 40%. So 79,600 minus 40% will amount to 47,760. And deduct 7,960 from that. So we will arrive at 39,800 will be the cost of one unit. So simply we have to multiply this cost of one unit 39,800 into 500 and into 750. So when we multiply with 500 we will get 1900 19900, and 39,600 multiplied by 750 we will get 29,700. So we'll see the answer also, and you would be the having solution also. I'm just calculating, then we will look into the answer, the how they have presented as such. So what we had done is a selling price minus to variable manufacturing cost by a variable selling cost, then deduct the this cost, the one which they have given 35 and 52. So minus from 500 in 500 column minus 35,000, since it is in thousand, sorry 3500 and over here 5200, and we have to add back, that is salvage 625 we will add, and over here we will add 900. So we will arrive at the profit. See, and advise Y connection regarding the optimal capacity, optimal plant capacity to install. The tablet life cycle is 2 years, and the tablet life cycle is 2 years. Okay, ignore the time value of the money. Advice based on the above expected profit, the first we'll see the calculation. On that basis we can easily be able to advise. See how the calculation they have done. This working note, first working note 17,600 minus 40%, minus 10% of the variable, whether it is variable selling cost, we will get 39,800. That we will use for variable manufacturing cost. Variable selling cost is so simply 10%, and they had added salvage and deducted the cost of the plant, as I said, to calculate. So we'll arrive at a net profit of 13,045, and in 750 there will be a profit of 12 this much. So basically what we can see is that when we are increasing our capacity to 750 units, so actually there should be increase in profit because sales is increasing. But over here what it is happening is the net profit is decreasing actually. That is from 13,000 to 12,000, actually from 13 lakh we can say to 12 lakh approx. So but this is just a financial view, but if we see a non-financial view, that is we are increasing our customer base, that is from 500 to 750. So that customer will also again bring more customers, that will increase the image, that we are increase our capacity, we are increasing our market share basically from 500 to 750, that is we are increasing by 50%. If we do 500 plus 50%, it amounts to 750. We are increasing our 50% capacity. So it's like a from non-financial angle it is better to increase the capacity, even though we are earning a little less, but it is not more less also, it is just a little difference, from 13 lakh to approx 12 lakh 80,000 it is. Okay, is it 12 lakh? I'm doubting. 30 behind. No, it's sorry. It will reach to 1 cr, 1.3 cr and 1.2 cr. I was not calculating it properly. I was considering 12 lakh and 13 lakh. It will be 1.3 and 1.2 cr, but then too it is not much difference. So that only they had given in this advice part. Based on the above expected profit statement, which is purely based on the financial consideration from the firm, which is based on the financial consideration, firm may go for the high price. So if we just see from the financial angle, the firm will select the higher profitable, that is 500% capacity, low volume, that is 500 units. However, the non-financial consideration are also given due importance, as they account for action that may not contribute directly to the profit in the short run. So this is not contributing the profit, that excess capacity is not contributing to profit in the short term, but may contribute significant to the profit in the long run. So this is the basic thing we have to write in every comment or the recommendation where they were asked, wherever they are asked. First we have to see so for anything, any time, for example they have given for the comparison. So for from the we have to simply bring our thoughts process to this, just these two things, that is what will be our answer if we see it financially, and what will be our answer if we see non-financial ways. So from financial way always select the go on the figure, based on the figure, and then decide. And by looking it from non-financial angle, we have to think of the long term perspective, the company's image which it will create, and based on that we have to frame or recommend in the given question. Okay, here it is important to note that the life cycle of the product is 2 years, and there is no significant difference between the profit of profit as at both the level. There is not much difference between the profit at both the levels. In this scenario, the firm may opt the plant having the highest capacity. So from non-financial, the firm may opt at highest capacity, not only to increase its market share, because it is increasing the market share. Man, we are selling 500 units, we are selling 250 units, means 250 customer new we are selling to, we are selling to, that is increasing the market share, but also to establish the long-term brand image, and that will create the brand image, that is companies selling to more customers, that image will be created in the market. So we are done with this. Now there is a question on Pareto analysis, illustration down below. We'll directly go to, okay, illustration. The following information is given. This is also simpler. The following information is given about the type of the defect during the production period and the frequencies of their occurrence in the spectacle manufacturing company. So this is the defects, basically the defects during the production period. So end frame not equidistant from the center, non-uniform grinding of license lenses, then power mismatch, then scratches, spot, rough frame. So this is the amount wise number of the unit, this is lost. Then defects, then prepare the frequency table so that the Pareto chart can be constructed for the defect type. So we have to prepare the Pareto chart, basically. Also identify the key area of focus. So what this Pareto analysis generally speaks of, we have to concentrate on that 80%, sorry, that 20% which gives 80% profit. See, we will see from this, we will actually first answer this, how to present that number of the units. So we will first align it in an ascending order, that is ascending in the sense from higher number of units to the lower number of units. So 110, and accordingly the default type will be also, we have to set like that way. Number of unit 110, 70, 60, 25. So it is from higher to the lower side. Total is 300. Then we have to calculate the percentage on this 300 based on 100%, and then cumulative, that is 36.6 plus 23.33, it amounts to 60. Then 60 plus 20, it amounts to 80. So what they have given is the company should focus on eliminating the scratches on the surface, rough edges of the lenses, and grinding of the lens related defects, which constitute 80% of the profit, 80% of the portion according to the Pareto analysis. So this loss which is constituting the first three amounting to 80%, though they are only 3 from the entire 8, but that 3 are causing 80% of the defect. So the company have to focus on that according to the Pareto theory, and we can accordingly, based on that, we can prepare the what we can say, diagram, that is bar diagram of Pareto chart. As such, they haven't prepared, but it has been done in one of the what we can say, one of the test your knowledge question. So we'll move forward to the test your knowledge as we are done with this. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. There are in all, I think so, 6 test your knowledge, but that is okay. All are much simpler as such in this fourth chapter. Fourth chapter is only simple. Okay, now first is based on the target costing. Storewell Industry Limited manufactures standard heavy duty steel storage rack for the industrial use. Each storage rack is sold for 750. So selling price is 750. The company produces 10,000 rack per annum. Okay, it produces 10,000. Relevant cost per data are as follows. 3 columns are given, that is budgeted, material usage, labor, machine setup, and assembly. What is the actual direct material usage, direct labor usage, machine setup and assembly, and what is the actual cost of this usage as such. Then the actual and the budgeted, the below paragraph, the actual and the budgeted operating level are the same. The operating level are the same, the actual and the standard rates of the material procurement. So per unit of the material procurement of budgeted and actual are same. For example, they have budgeted that at 5 per unit we will purchase, and they had purchased for 5 per unit, and the labor rate is also same. But the difference which we are seeing here, that is budgeted 5 lakh and 5 lakh 20 in the direct material, is due to the usage, that they had used 20,000 more. Might be because they would have purchased the lower quality of the product, that had um, uh, lead to loss of that material while production because of the low quality, or might be the labor were inefficient as such to use the quality. So there is a problem, or there is a defect, we can say, basically in this usage, in material usage, in direct labor usage. But the rate per material and direct material and the direct labor is same as that of the budgeted. The actual variance is cost is solely on account of the, see, they have also given the any variance is in the cost, any variance in the cost is solely on account of the difference in the material usage and the hours required to complete the production. Aggressive pricing from the competitors have driven the sales down. A comparable rack is available in the market for 675 each, comparable market. So comparable rack is available at 675, we are selling it at 750. Vishal, a marketing manager, had determined that in order to maintain the company's existing market share of 10,000 racks, so in order to maintain this 10,000 rack, the Storewell industry must reduce the price of each rack to 675 to maintain their demand of their rack required. Calculate the current cost and the profit per unit. So we have to find the current cost, not on the basis of the selling price of 675 but on 750 selling price. Identify the non value added activity in the production process. Then calculate the new target cost per unit for the sale price of 675. So based on this 675, we have to calculate the target cost. So that is also simple. The one cost which we will find in the part 1, that we will deduct from the one profit which we will find in part 1, that we will deduct from 675, and what the cost will be arrived, that will be a target cost. And recommend what strategy Storewell industry should adopt to retain the target cost calculated in part 2. So for retaining that cost which they have arrived in part 2, what strategy they will use. Simply they had answer. So we will also move on by seeing the answer. I will open another tab as such. So here is the solution to first. What I'm thinking is, we should look directly to the solution, or first I should discuss and go through the solution. Because first we should discuss, then that will increase our confidence when we will look into the solution. And if I go directly through the solution, likewise, that it is written over here, this, so that might be a little uncomfortable, that you would be also thinking for revision. So first, what I will do is explain only. Wherever it is required, we can go directly also, because if it is a simple concept, then we can directly proceed from looking into the straight away the answer. There won't be any much requirement of the first doing it on our own self. Okay, so in this, what they had asked is, first they simply asked to find out the current cost and the profit per unit. So current cost and the profit means we have to see the actual thing. So actual cost is, first we are selling 750 units, 700 and no, we are selling 10,000 unit at 750. So we will multiply 10,000 into 750. Then the cost is 20 lakh rupees, that we will divide with 5 lakh 20 actual cost, with they had asked budgeted or actual no? Divided by 5,20,000. How to calculate is first prepare two column basically, or we can say three for per unit also. So just write the quantity consumed, that is material 5,20,000, then labor 1 lakh, then machine setup 15,000, and machine assembly 2 lakh rupees. In cost and revenue, first write revenue of 75 lakh. How much it is coming? 750 into 10,000 is 75 lakh, minus 75 lakh minus 20 lakh minus 10 lakh labor, 10 lakh labor minus 1 lakh 50 minus 30 lakh. And how to calculate per unit is, so per unit selling price is 750, then divide 20 lakh by 10,000 units, so we will get 200. Same way divide each and every cost by 10,000. So 10 lakh divided by 10,000, 1 lakh 50 divided by 10,000, 30 lakh divided by 10,000, and we will, after deducting the entire cost, we will arrive at a profit. So how they have done is, a solution: the current cost and the profit per unit are calculated as below. Component cost component, revenue 10,000 into the total revenue is 75 lakhs, so per unit is 750. Accordingly 20 lakh, 10 lakh, 1 lakh 50, 30 lakh has been deducted, so we have arrived at a profit of 13 lakh 50,000, which is 135 per unit. Therefore the current cost is 615. This cost is current cost, 200 plus 300 plus 100 plus 15, it is around to 615, while the profit is 135 per unit. The machine setup is the time required to get the machine setup, the second last component, which is, it is the time required to get the machines and the assembly line ready for the production. In this case 15,000 hours spent on the setting up does not add value to the storage rack directly, hence it is a non-value added activity. Because they have asked in the question to identify the non-value added activity, also identify the non-value added activity in the production process. So this machine setup is not adding anything to the production value, so it will be considered as a non-value added activity. Then calculate the new target cost per unit of the for the sales price of 675 if the profit per unit is maintained. So what we will do is, deduct 6 we will deduct the profit of 135 from 675, and we will arrive at a cost of 675 minus 135, it is 540. So our target cost will be 540. The same thing they have given over here. Second part, the new selling price of the rack is 675 per unit. The profit per unit until the profit per unit needs to be maintained at 135. So profit is need to be maintained at 135 per unit, hence the new target cost per unit, so targeted cost will be the selling price minus the required profit is 675 minus 135, it is 540 per unit. And the third part they have asked is, recommend the strategy that the Storewell should adopt to attain the target cost calculated in part 2. So how to arrive at target cost? Their current cost is 615 as explained above. Current cost is 615, while the target cost per unit is 540, hence the cost to be reduced at least by 75. Analysis of the cost data shows that the variances between the budget and the actual material usage and the labor hour is that, given that the material procurement rate and the labor hour rate is the same. So material procurement rate and the labor hour rate is the same, but their usage is different, means they have used usage is more, that had led to the increase in the cost. And the actual hence the increment in the cost of the direct material and the labor is due to the inefficient use of the material and the labor hour to complete the same level of the production of 10,000 units of the rack. So for the production of the same 10,000, they had used more material, and they had consumed more material, and there have been more labor hours involved for that 10,000 storage. Corrective actions to address these inefficiencies could result in the following savings. Inefficiency resulted in use of the extra 20,000 square feet of the 20,000, sorry, not square feet. Okay, it is square feet. Square feet of the material. Material cost per square feet. Actual cost divided by actual material usage, that is 20 lakh divided by 5 lakh 20. How this 20 lakh came? See, in question they have given the actual cost is 20 lakh. So what they will do to find out the axis, how much axis they have used. So 5 lakh 20 divided by uh, uh, no, 20 lakh divided by 5 lakh 20. So we will arrive at 20 lakh divided by 5 lakh 20. We will arrive at 3.84, and that we will multiply it by the 20,000 difference, and by that it will be, they are not calculated in points as such. It is 3.85 after dividing, and after multiplying with 20,000 it is 77,000. So the corrective action taken is for 77,000 cost has been incurred more because of the 20,000 more usage. So corrective action is for 10,000 track is translated to saving of 7.7, that is 77,000 divided by, if we save that, so it will reduce, it will lead to reduction in the cost by 7.7 per unit. The same way for inefficient labor, what we will do is first divide 10 lakh by 1 lakh, we will get what we can say 10 rupees. That 10 we will multiply by the difference of 1 lakh minus 90,000, that is 10,000. So we'll get again 1 lakh, and that 1 lakh we will divide by 10,000 units for per unit, so we'll get 10. So at the end we are getting 10. So the corrective action is for 10,000 rack is to translate to a saving of 10 per unit, the same way which we have used in calculation of the material above. Then machine setup cost is a non-value added activity. The value analysis can be done. So the value analysis can be done to determine if the setup time of 15,000 hours can be reduced. However, since this activity has been carried out for a reason, the care should be taken to ensure that these changes should not adversely impact the production activity uh, impact the production activity later down the stream. So we have to eliminate basically the non-value added cost. The value analysis can be done to determine if the setup time of 15,000 hours can be reduced. However, since this activity has been carried for no reason, care should be taken to ensure that this change should not adversely impact the production. Okay, but care needs to be taken that this reduction won't affect the production process. Then fourth is the machining, fourth component, that is mechanical assembly cost is almost half the total cost. We can see machining cost is 30 lakh rupees, which is half the total cost, because other total cost is 20 lakh plus 10 lakh, that is 30 lakh plus 1 lakh 50, so 31 lakh is the other cost, that is a setup cost, material and laboring, and mechanical assembly itself is 30 lakh rupees. So what they are given is that mechanical assembly cost is almost half of the total cost, almost half. Then these are the costs incurred during the production process on the assembly line. So assembly cost is the cost which had been incurred in the production process on the assembly line. Value analysis can be done to determine if the production processes can be made more efficient. For example, the processes can be streamlined such that the steps can be combined that can be handled by the fewer people. Moreover, the value engineering can focus on the product design. So we can use value analysis and value engineering, so that can help in reduction of this cost. Okay, for example, the process can be streamlined. So if they process the proper streamline the process, so this all cost will be reduced. Some question may rises, these are the points of value engineering, value analysis as such. Can the product be designed better to make the production more efficient? So that first is, can the product be designed better? This question we have to ask, and if yes, so we have to what we can say implement. Then can the design be minimized to include the fewer part and thus make it easier and efficient to manufacture? So whether the design can be minimized, whether the product can be designed better to make the production more efficient. Then the third part is, can the substitute part can be, that means that part, whether there can be substitute part to make it more efficient. Then is there simple or a better way of producing the same way. So this point, and there are other points as well, that whether the product design can be changed to a better to make the production, then can the design be minimized to include few parts, then whether that can substitute part is made available for more, which is more efficient, then is there a simple or a better way of the production of the same product. While target costing is a dynamic and a corrective approach, care must be taken, the product quality, characteristics, and the utility are maintained. So when for achieving the target cost, when this all care are taken, that is, while targeting cost is a dynamic and a corrective approach, care must be taken. The product quality in relation to the product quality. So quality should be proper, characteristics must be proper, and it should be the utility are maintained. Okay, so we are done with this question. That is question number 1, and there are remaining other 5 questions that I am stopping this video over here, and the remaining 5 questions we will do in the next video, part 2, that is part 2 of chapter 4. Thank you for watching.